Steve is scrolling on Twitter and he lies to himself saying he's looking at gaming stuff, but actually, Steve keeps on scrolling knowing there is going to be some porn there. And after 5 minutes of that, Steve finally finds some softcore porn.
It's fine if I fap today because I didn't do yesterday, and actually fapping increases testosterone. It's gonna take 5 minutes out of my day.
Shut the fuck up, Steve. So he goes into the comments and faps once.
Oh no, my fap streak is over. It's at day 0. What's worse than 0, right?
And faps 6 more times throughout the day. Apollo doesn't fap. He does not need to. He's got 15 wives waiting for him whenever and wherever he wants. But even then, Apollo focuses on his goals and mission, destroying enemy tribes, and at the end of it all, he goes home to his wife.
Exactly 1 year ago, I thought these jacked millionaires who would work 12-hour days and would not eat McDonald's and junk food was just going way too extreme with life, and they were the weird ones. And balance is key for a good life. And you know why I thought like that, and so many young men was thinking exactly the same? We were brainwashed. When we were fat and in school, yeah, maybe you were very skinny, maybe you're skinny fat, maybe you're just fat as fuck, like me. There was an athletic kid. All the time, there was an athletic kid in the class. He was faster than everyone, he was more athletic than everyone, he was healthier than everyone. And they would always do a race, maybe once a year or something like that. And every single time, when obviously the kid would win, and you're at the back, and a lot of other people are at the back, and they can't even run for 10 seconds without losing their breath. And guess what would happen? We would lose, right? What was actually meant to be told to us when we would lose that race horribly? We were meant to get encouraged that one day we could be that guy and we should work harder. We should eat more healthy. We should go on more runs. We should play more sports. That's what we should have been told. But no, what did we get told? Oh, well done, Arda. You did really, really well, actually. Even though you are at the very, very back, you're 30% body fat, but being fat is kind of healthy. We got a participation trophy. And not only that, the winners actually got less praise than the people who lost. I don't know if it was just in my school, but in my school, the people who lost would get the most praise. It's like they want you to lose. The guys who were good, they were like, leave them. They're different people. I remember in like 2015 and them kind of years, I was watching a video, I think it was on BuzzFeed, and it was like, bodybuilders, gym goers try junk food for the first time or something. Back then, it was way different than now. Now, going to the gym is like a trend, it's popular. A lot of people are in the gym. But like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, not a lot of people was in the gym. People in the gym who worked out a lot were seen as the extreme people. And I remember they gave them like a Whopper, and one of the guys ate it and he was like, oh, this is very good. He's like, I can't finish this. And then the producers at the back would be like, why not eating this? And I remember in the comments, everyone was like, oh, these people are way too extreme with life. They will never enjoy anything. And I was thinking, yeah, why is that guy not eating the Whopper? What's wrong with him? Now I'm looking back at it now. These people are eating healthy, which is meant to be encouraged, but instead, people are condemning them for it. But into the topic of the video, you want to build good habits, and I know it's hard, it may even seem impossible, but trust me, if you actually follow these 3 steps I'm going to give you, these 3 tips, you would make good habits, and it will be a lot easier than you think. I made this specifically not just for gym, because I would start the gym and I'll be consistent with it, but I don't know if it's just me, but I'm trying to build other good habits like meditation and reading, and for some reason I just couldn't. So this is for other habits as well. Let's get into the video. Number 1, change your identity. If I'm being honest with you, most likely if you're in college or in secondary school, in a lot of people's eyes, you're seen as an undisciplined, stinky loser. And obviously this is exaggerated, you might not be stinky, but you're just a guy in the background that he's normal, but today's normal is you don't even brush the back of your tongue properly. And when people treat you like that, you start to have the identity about that yourself as well. So it actually negatively impacts you. So when people call you a fat loser, you might think it's a joke and it's laughing. And it might be a joke. Saying it is fine. But eventually, saying it enough times, you will actually start to believe that you are a fat loser. It's crazy to say, but just that's how the human brain works. And the opposite goes the other way. If you have decent amount of muscle and your friends keep on saying, oh, I really want to go to the gym, you're very disciplined and stuff, them saying that to you, now you have the identity as that gym goer. You're the disciplined man, and you're much more likely to go to the gym and do that workout. And this is from personal experience. Every time someone says something like that, I made sure I didn't miss a workout that day or the next day. Even if you're right now, you're a loser. Even if it's kind of delusion, you have to lie to yourself like, yes, I am jacked. Look at me, even if you have no muscle. So the saying, fake it till you make it, works. And this is backed by science as well. And how has this worked for me? When I was 13, when I say I was fat, forget like, not when it's like, he's fat but he's got very big arms and you just look really big. My clavicles are already narrow, right? My shoulders were going inside and my hips were like this. My hips were wider than my shoulders. This is not even an exaggeration. And for some reason, I don't know where I got this delusion from, but it helped me. When I would do like 2 push-ups and I couldn't do any more, I would look at myself because there was a big mirror in front of me. I would like flex like this and say, I'm jacked, like look how big I am. And I would actually think I'm big, like. And my parents will come and then people, my family members will come, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do very big to not get me upset. But saying that actually helped me because it assigned an identity that I'm a guy who works out. So then I kept on doing it. Imagine there's 2 people. Both of them used to smoke and they had an addiction. And they're both trying to quit. One person goes to the club and gets offered a cigarette. And he says, nah, thanks. I just quit smoking. I don't want to smoke anymore. What do you think the other guy's going to say? Most likely. Oh, come on, man. It's just one smoke. You have to enjoy the night. You'll quit your addiction tomorrow. It's not going to hurt. The likelihood of him smoking again is very high. Then, got the second guy. Gets offered a cigarette. Same question. And he says, no, thank you. I don't smoke. He set the identity that he does not smoke. And it's way more likely that he's not going to smoke after that. And you might have seen this in the Iman Ghazi video saying the same thing. But this was actually from the book Atomic Habits. So far, everything I talked about is from this book. I really suggest you read this. And a lot of YouTubers you watch have just read all this information and they're just putting it into a video. That's literally what I do. I watch multiple YouTube videos, I read books, and then I explain to you guys. Number 2 is make the cues of the good habits very noticeable. A cue is the bit of the brain that initiates a behavior. So it's basically, it detects a reward. So, for example, there's a piece of chocolate bar next to you. The cue will initiate the reward as, I could eat the chocolate bar and I'll be happy. And then there's a 3 other steps that makes you eat it. But that's the first step, the cue. That's what triggers it. So what that means is, if you keep cues around you, but with good stuff, then you are way more likely to do good habits. For example, I was struggling with not drinking any water. I was always dehydrated, and for some reason, I just couldn't get up and drink water. I don't know if other people are living through that, but I don't know why. I always got told, oh, drink more water, and I would never drink more water until I did this one thing. All I would do, fill up a big cup of water, whatever I'm doing, whether if I'm working, if I'm sitting down on my bed, I would always put water next to me. And guess what happened? I started drinking more water. Because the cue was right next to me. I get reminded, I need to drink water, this is good for me. And it's right next to me, it's not a bother. Same thing as reading. Every time I'm working, I always keep a book right next to me. It reminds me, I need to read today. You could do that with anything. If you want a gratitude journal, keep your journal next to you. You could use this with reverse. Let's say you are addicted to this one specific chocolate. Why is it next to you? Keep it out of the house. Keep junk food out of the house. Keep bad stuff out of the house. Add friction to whatever you're doing. If you want to eat McDonald's so badly, delete Uber Eats because it's so easy. All you have to do is order shit. So if you're going to eat that junk food or go to McDonald's or whatever, you have to walk there and it's long and it's tiring. You're way more likely to not get it. We are a result of our environment. A lot of people are not more disciplined than others. It's just because they don't have bad shit around them. Number 3 is do all your good habits at once. So I found this to be very good, and especially in the morning it's the best to do. So I'll wake up, have a cold shower. Well, if I'm being honest, school days I can't really because I wake up kind of late. I'll hop in a cold shower, very quick, just wake up, stand in the balcony for a bit to get some sun in my eyes, drink water, then I would meditate, and then I'll gratitude journal. Now think of this. Imagine you do your cold shower, and after that you go on your phone, and then like 2 hours later you have to meditate. It's going to be a lot harder. So stack your habits onto each other. And this is backed by science. Let's say you have to get new clothes. You're always like, oh, I'll get clothes the next day, and you get one jumper. And for some reason, your brain feels like getting the rest now. You want to go on a full shopping spree. So you buy shoes, you buy trousers, you buy shirts. Correct me if I'm saying this wrong. It's called the Diderot effect. I've just read it in a book. I don't know how it's said, but you could do that with your good habits. So when you do your morning routine where you do a lot of the good habits, after you do your cold shower, meditate. After you meditate, do your deep work. After your deep work, you go to the gym. It will be a lot easier, trust me. And then you have the whole day to relax after you did everything. Alright, that's been the end of the video. Bye.